Hello everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. So in this video I am going to talk about my experience of this trading client, software development, where it's at, social media, so on. It's been a tough couple of months from a variety of reasons, so if you're looking for some structured video, this probably you're going to waste your time with this. It's just an open-ended topic, just ranting here as I said in the description. Okay, so let's talk about where things are at. It's like everyone's on this delete yourself notion of getting yourself off online. So a lot of reasons is because of what's happened to Parler, Gab, can't speak your mind, all the censorship is out of control. Lately with the US government moving into, as of under Joe Biden, it's not going to be good. Dark days ahead, who knows? So let's talk about from a programming perspective. So here I posted the last building this trading client. We've had working with, let me just see here. Okay, so right here, third-party dependencies. I think that's should end. Okay, because you're going to have to rely on open source technologies. In my case, I'm using Python, Flask. No one can stop me from using it. When I say third party, that can include your cloud services. Like they are a complete waste of time. I posted a whole host of reasons why in my blog. Just a number of reasons. A lot of technology, when you start using it, it overwhelms you. As we've seen, if you do something wrong, you can be deleted off of those servers, have no more business. It's scary, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat. So in my case, trying to build out a message queuing system, relying on open source like Redis, zero MQ, it just seems that they didn't work out for whatever reason. So I started looking at Flask, which is part of the web deployment web server for Python. Works really well. So I'm okay with that. And then the last part, when it came to the message queuing, was trying to find something that was reliable. Use like a AWS had one, and just the overwhelm was just too much. So I strayed away from that. Luckily, I found another really good development tool out there, or service called server-side event. And again, it's not using any form of anything complicated like needing to use Google Cloud PubSub. Again, it was easier to go the server-side or SSE or server-side event. And another option is to always maybe go with a smaller provider. In my case, I looked at PubSub for message queuing, and it looked pretty good, but it was not a cloud provider. That's my backup if this option I'm using through the SSE doesn't work, or the Flask as well that's been built out. So that's number one. And then we get into PyCharm, which is an IDE. So we're going into the world of IDEs when it comes to programming with VS Code, via Visual Studio. PyCharm, this is just strictly for Python. You go into the world of Java, be it Eclipse, or any of the large IDEs, integrated development environments, they're overwhelmed. They're really hard to work with. So in here, I put in this article here on my blog, helpful PyCharm links to learn for Python development. Okay, in here, well, these two here, using PyCharm put me in these weird problems of trying to work out why the IDE PyCharm Pro, the demo, was not working to what I want. I must have wasted probably 2 days, maybe 3 days on it. Okay, and it was just going down a stupid rabbit hole. So I've had the same problem with PyCharm a few years ago, and people seem to like PyCharm for whatever reason. I never had good success with it, with PyCharm. So I dropped that. So here, I put up another article called Screw PyCharm as Sublime has Docker and file upload features. So I came across this Sublime text editor, which I've been using for a while. And lo and behold, it has all the things that I want. I wanted to be able to upload files from Sublime to a server. I wanted to be able to do some other things in here, version control, and I've put up a list here of stuff that works. And this is not really an IDE, it's just a text editor with a ecosystem of plugins and extensions. It's very easy, very lightweight, and it worked. And I got it up and running within a few hours after looking at it compared to like an IDE like PyCharm. So drop that. So brings me back to you got to really rely on lightweight stuff, frameworks that are lightweight, and you're not wasting too much time going down rabbit holes. But finally I got what I wanted to build, this message queue. Seems to work really good. So there's that. And then on the other hand, you have as well is, as I said, about the cloud server technology. And yet we haven't even talked about Facebook, social media, YouTube, and that is scary as well. So knowing that, for me, I'm using, I don't know if people have seen the new terms of service that Facebook's got with overreach, either with WhatsApp, Instagram, whatnot. As far as I know and what I understand, any of those platforms that you're on as an app on your phone, they have now the right to download and access all your contact lists on your phone, which is really scary. From there, that is just from my point of view. That's not just marketing. That's data collection from the government under the Five Eyes program. So there's that. They also have the ability, from what I understand with Instagram, I don't know if that's going into effect February 8th, but they have the ability now to use your device's camera to spy on you and watch what you do on video in privacy. Okay, so there's that. Number two, as far as I understand as well, not only can they use that device, but if you have a device on a Wi-Fi network, let's say 5 different devices, your computer, your tablet, and your phone, Instagram now you've now given permission. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but as far as I know, you have now given permission for Instagram, and I'm sure it can be right across Facebook and WhatsApp as well, that they can spy on you on all those devices that are in your aware of it, and they may not care. But it seems to be that is where we are going, and that's for government collection. I wouldn't be surprised that this video may get deleted off of YouTube. I've already had 2 videos that disappeared magically, talking about the Great Reset and all that. That's why I'm doing what I'm about to tell you. I'm getting off of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp because of these new terms of services. I still keep a presence somewhat on YouTube because that's where we'll call it the party's at. But I already got a backup channel. Thanks for the like. I already got the lbry.com as a backup somewhat for my synchronized my YouTube. So that's already backed up. Every single video for the last, let's say, month or so. Secondly, I'm on rumble.com, and there I have better long-term views versus my YouTube. I can tell you that my YouTube is definitely suppressed, has been suppressed. That's why I'm not getting the monster views I should be getting. And I'll tell you something right now. I do watch all my traffic and the sources and the refers where it comes from. All of a sudden, in the last 2 days, Facebook traffic has exploded as a refer to my website as well. Just in the last 2 days. I think that they know they're trying to keep me hooked, thinking that Facebook traffic's going to become more and more that's beyond what we call the walled garden that Facebook put out. So there's that. But I do know that Facebook traffic's not the highest quality as well. So I'm not really too worried about losing Facebook entirely. What I'm going to do is probably keep a presence, not close the accounts, but keep a presence on all those. I'm going to be closing the WhatsApp and saying I'll no longer be accessible on Facebook Messenger as well. That's a for sure thing. But I may keep a presence on Facebook and Instagram, but it's not going to be like I do with YouTube. Also, we got to mention about the political stance. I'm more of a freedom fighter, I guess you could call, in terms of liberating yourself from government, trying to reduce taxes. I wouldn't call myself a patriot, but I do believe, as an entrepreneur, I also do believe in capitalism, true capitalism, as well as less government. I guess it's more libertarian is probably the better way to put it. So I firmly believe in that. With the censorship that's been going on a lot of social media, and I've been affected, as I said, by 2 videos. I have moved over probably a month ago to Parler. I was getting much more exposure on up to 50 times more exposure on Parler than I ever did with Instagram or Facebook in my best days. And also same with YouTube. And that's where I was going to go. The day I started talking on YouTube, because I know there's the algorithms and they're doing their scans and what's being said in these videos, all of a sudden YouTube and Facebook started blasting me to join groups and advertising groups and all kinds. Like they knew what was going on. So I know what. I'm not stupid. And as a result, I was on Parler. I was building a little presence, not a big one. But things were starting to take off, and then we also know what happened on Parler. So a lot of people go, well, Parler's full of racists and far right. I mean, that's a bunch of bullshit, you want my opinion, because it's just really full-on attack by these Marxist communists that are running the big tech show. I'll tell you, if you want to know who to watch as a suggestion, you just look up a guy named Rob Braxman, who's quite good. This guy right here, Braxme, he's got his channel, and I really like this guy for security, privacy, and whatnot. Don't know if he's got his channel. Yeah, so he might have his channel up here as well as YouTube videos. I don't think he's doing as many videos, but he does quite a few. And you just watch him, you'll learn. He's a programmer, he knows his stuff. He's a C programmer, he's a low-level programmer. And the things that you learn about what he says about Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon even now, it's just time to get off this crap. And not to be held back in terms of as a business, and start looking at the alternative platforms. So now Parler's gone. Where is there to go? Everyone's talking about Gab, that Gab.com. I'm not a far right. I don't support any of the racist crap. But I will tell you, let me just pull it up. I'll probably get disconnected on my stream. If that happens, I apologize. But you'll know why. Because the AI of Google is probably in real time watching this stuff. But here's Gab. Gab is basically under attack. But as you can see here, we have Gab TV, Gab Trends, Gab News, as well as Gab Social, which is pretty good. This place does have its issues, but I'm looking at maybe I should go onto this site. So what I'm very interested in, if this, like, first of all, they have their own technology. They have their own servers, and they're not going to get cut off. Unless they get cut off right at either the domain registrar, or even, I'm hearing right all the way up to ICANN, the organization that manages globally all domain names. So right now with Gab, what they built out is their own servers. So they have the Gab Social, the Gab Chat. They have all their apps are pulled. Plus they have Gab TV. You donate for that, and then you get access to the TV as well. I think this is an interesting platform to watch because it has everything you want. You got the Instagram. You've got the chat, you've got the social aspect to it, but it's got bad news because everyone thinks it's all far right. It kind of probably is, but you can't take them down because, as I said, they have their own servers. They're not on a cloud server, cloud solution like AWS. So I may, I'm not saying I will, but I may move to it. It could hit me business-wise, but I don't think I'm going to associate my business with this. It's going to be more personal and doing these kind of rant videos to build up a new audience to reach, because that's what I was doing with Parler. As you can tell, if I'm going to associate myself with this, obviously I'm not a big supporter of what the Democrats are doing. I used to call myself a liberal, because we here in Canada have the Liberal Party, And up until Jean Chrétien, I would say, yeah, maybe I'm a liberal. But lately, running my own business, becoming older, being responsible for myself, that's when I started going more towards conservative. But now I don't even call myself conservative because I just don't think that they're really accomplishing anything. But what I will say is I have more libertarian beliefs in not believing to have government in my life, less tax, pro entrepreneurial, pro business, pro small business, and pro democracy and pro capitalist. Does that make me a racist? No, because I deal with people from all over the world, from China, I just talked to somebody from Israel last night. I got somebody from, throughout Africa and Caribbean. So nothing to do with race. It's just the ignorance of these other commies, we'll call them, that put out that falsehood stuff. So right now, but understand what's going on with dependencies and software, depending upon cloud solutions, and now the technology providers, like the cloud providers, are being affected by this. And it's the first time this year, 2021, where it's really starting to shut down businesses. And now the new terms of services coming from Facebook, that's scary in itself, as well as Google. And Google and Facebook supposedly is a lawsuit saying that they, as a duopoly, control the advertising space as well. So it's pretty scary. I think people are just dumb and don't really care about any of this, but we know it affects people. So we'll leave it at that. But if you got any opinions, comment away. I'm not going to be offended which way it goes. But I do think it's really important that we don't stay dependent on any of this stuff. Reduce your dependencies in your software development. Keep it open source. I haven't even talked about my operating system choice. So I'm not on Windows. I'm getting rid of all things Apple. So it's all Linux. And then when it comes to the phone, the guy Rob Braxman, this guy I just told you, has his own set of phones as well. So I can get a de-Googled phone. I know I can get certain apps off of alternative Google stores and get the APK file, the Android file, to get it raw, installed into the phone without needing to go through a Play Store or an app, like a Apple Store as well for apps. Because then it's just me, the phone, and not being dependent upon and being tied to either Google Android and or Apple as well. So Diego Blatzer, hello sir, just here to ask if you plan to do any upcoming related videos. Yes, I plan to do that still, but a lot of it, as I said, I may move it to another alternative. Let me pull up my rumble.com. This is probably one option I'm looking at. So if you come under rumble.com, you just go under Quant Labs. You see here you got videos or channels. So you gotta make sure the channels is picked off, and boom. I don't know why I have two channels, but this is where probably, if things go bad, this is where I'll be posting new content, whatever it is. Because there's no censoring here at all on Rumble. Okay, and also I mentioned lbry.com, which synchronizes with my YouTube channel as well. I'm sorry. There's LBRY library, but the YouTube equivalent is called Odyssey. So this is another alternative I'm looking at as well. So hopefully, if I do a Quant Labs search on there, you'll be able to find it. Still, I haven't looked at this as well, but you can see all my recent videos have been synchronized with my YouTube channel as well, so that's the other option as well. But I do plan to keep using YouTube, but my rant stuff is going to be elsewhere. It could be on Odyssey, it could be on Rumble here and post there, or also maybe Gab, but Gab's got a bad name. But Rumble's looking pretty good for now. And just so you know, if you go and do a Google search on the App Store. I'm not here to promote Rumble, but iOS App Store. And you look up Rumble, there's 2 apps there, which are quite interesting. You have Rumble, I think hopefully this is the right app. You have Rumble, the YouTube equivalent app. You can get this on Android as well. And then also you have another app from the manufacturer, and this is obviously, people don't know it's Toronto based, but woot woot for that, is this other app called Rumble Camera. So I might use that. I have that on my iPhone right now, so I can use that. So those are the 2 apps that they have for YouTube alternatives. So that's where I might, but it's all going to be driven through the website. That's it. If anyone else got any questions, let me know. It's a good question though. It just depends on how things go. But I plan to move off of definitely WhatsApp, Messenger. Still have a presence on Facebook, but don't expect a lot of anything on it. Same with Instagram. And looking for better alternatives. Because right now my 2 top sources of traffic is going to be YouTube. And when I mean traffic, I mean people that actually opt in to my email list right here, either at quantlabs.net/DVD or mostly just quantlabs.net, where people opt in. That's either going to be driven from YouTube or Google search. Those are my top 2 refers of opt-ins, email opt-ins. But the other thing is Facebook. I get rarely, so that's why I can probably move off of Facebook in itself, and it's no big loss for me. But the Rumble and the questions, let me know. But I just want to put that out there, and specifically for software development, what I've been looking at, it's stay away from the cloud providers, because they can turn you off in no time. You could fart in the wind, and if it goes the wrong way, they can remove you. They can do that at will without any questions, because they have no contractual obligations to you. And also the other thing is, from a software dependency, try to use as few dependencies as possible, or at least simple ones, and also adjust the IDE as well. When it comes to things like PyCharm, what I've been through, I'm just amazed the bugs that, and people still think it's the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, I still like Visual Studio, and I don't know about VS Code, but the problem is it's Microsoft, and you can't trust anything coming out of Microsoft either. Just big tech's not a good thing. But the open source, man, there's a lot of innovation in there. The Linux is really open. I'm really excited to be on that. And then there's the phone front, which I'm not addressed, the private phones, be it the Pine, the one that I've been watching for a while from Purism, the Librem 5. So those are new options I'm looking at throughout the year. But I will tell you, 2021 will be the year where I'm wanting to have no third party, no dependencies, and maybe no big tech in my life. But we'll leave it at that, see where it goes. No other questions, so I'm going to shut up now. But I thought I'd put this video out there for people. And we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.